Hello and welcome. I'm Joanna Kay with Screen Magazine. Thanks for joining me with our HollyShorts Hotspots. I'm so happy to be speaking to the Shabbos Goy team. We have Talia Osteen, the writer and director and composer, and we have star Milana Vayntrub. The Shabbos Goy is about an Orthodox Jew who tries to find somebody to turn off an adult sex toy gone rogue on Shabbat. Hi, Talia and Milana. Thanks so much for chatting with me today. I I loved this film. It was such a delight. So not only is there a culture clash within the film, but also outside the film because I've never seen these two subjects together in one film. And Talia, I want to know what inspired this story.
Well, I always find that the best comedy is when there are rules set up that need to be broken or bent, and there's a lot of rules in Judaism, especially Orthodox Judaism. But and I felt that we'd never really seen Orthodox Judaism represented in a way that was comedic and showed the warmth and it was interesting because my bandmate who I've toured the country with is modern Orthodox in a duo called the Wellspring, and every Shabbat we couldn't play. So I, by default, was the Shabbos Goy, even though I am Jewish, and he definitely never asked me to do any of the things for him. As he's not allowed to, but I understood the way in which it worked, and I always found it funny, the little workarounds. So it felt like a good way to kind of have an entryway into seeing a culture that I think a lot of people aren't familiar with.
Yeah, awesome.
Plus, it was just like, what's the funniest thing that a Jewish that could need to be turned on or off?
I also just love the idea of it, like that even Jewish women, even Orthodox women, are allowed to be sexual, are allowed to have desire.
Yes.
You know, like that is not a thing that you can pray away.
Yeah.
And it's not a way that we look at religious people. We like desexualize them or think of them as asexual, which is just not true. And so it was fun to kind of explore that.
And the fact that she wasn't ostracized for it. You know, the sister came in and she's like, "Oh, no, on mine you hold the two." So it's like it became this thing that it's like not just this, it's not a weird thing for this one woman. This is it's everyone's way of life. Everyone's a sexual being. So that was awesome. And you have an amazing team. Can you speak to how you were able to team up with Paul Feig, and you have an amazing cast with Milana and Devere Rogers, Tammy? Like, how did it all come together? Tell us.
I was so fortunate. I knew I wanted to make a short film, and I had a general meeting at Paul Feig's company, and they told me about this new program they were launching called the Fuse Incubator Program for women filmmakers, and so through Powder Keg, and so I applied for it, and the prompt was to a 5-minute comedy about a micro community in LA. So it was either going to be East Side lesbians or Jews. And so I pitched them this idea and was fortunate to be one of 6 filmmakers chosen for it. They produced it. And I knew Milana and thought of her right away. We met actually at a Shabbat dinner when I first moved back out to Los Angeles after having lived in New York. And it was just a no-brainer because she's so talented and funny and a filmmaker in her own right. I knew she'd get it.
Awesome. And Milana, how did you feel upon reading the script?
I thought it was really funny right away. And I think Talia's right. I mean, I've read some of her other things, and I think she writes in a way, I don't want to say like people talk, but like I talk. And so never felt like there was any hurdle to understanding this character. Also, I grew up like a mile from this community, and I am a Jewish woman myself, so it felt very accessible, and then also had these themes that I really can get behind of, sexual liberation and reaching out to other cultures, learning about it. I mean, I definitely learned about my own Judaism in some ways doing this. And I just thought it was funny, honestly, more than anything. Like, I think even if it didn't feel important like it does, I also just felt like it was funny. I would have just done it for the laughs.
Yeah. And have you had any reaction? Have either of you received any response from the Orthodox community on this?
Yeah, I'm very happy that it's been very well received.
Awesome.
And I mean, from what I've heard. But yeah, I thought it might be controversial, but from all the feedback I've been getting, people have really enjoyed seeing the community portrayed in a fun way, and they related, and we're happy that we got it right. I was made sure to work with a few different Orthodox people to get different input on even whether the candlesticks would be on the table or put aside or down. I wanted everything to be accurate, even though you do obviously take a leap of faith, so to speak, to go with the kind of absurdity of the situation. But we wanted to keep the characters and the world really grounded.
Cool. That's great. And so I want to know more about this family. I want to see what they get up to more than in just this snapshot moment in time. Any thoughts on making this into a feature or series? And if not, what's next for both of you?
Yeah, I'm writing the feature now. There is a pitch for a TV series version as well, but I'm currently working on the feature, which has been really fun. It's and we get to know more about her and her family, but also more about Davian and his family.
Cool.
And how both of them are, working through their identity and place in their communities over the course of one Sabbath and a crazy night out.
That's awesome. I love that. And I just also want to speak to the film is so hilarious, and it's also so grounded at the same time. And I think that's a testament to your direction. And the one moment I'm thinking of specifically is Milana, you're running down the street and you're grabbing your chest because it just bounce factor. And it's just like, it's such a real grounded moment. And this is what happens when we have to run fast down a street and it's an emergency. And it's just, there were so many of those kinds of real grounded moments throughout that I loved. So it's a beautiful film.
That was just necessity as the mother of invention, honestly. That's just, we were shooting for hours, running up and down the street, and it got to the point where my ladies were struggling and I had to give them some extra help.
Absolutely.
Which has happened to us all.
Yeah. I heavily identified with that moment. And I mean, but those moments don't happen if you're not in an environment that where you're supported. I was trying to avoid the pun, but where you're supported to do whatever feels right in the moment and stay creative and fun. Mm-hmm. And I hope everybody goes to see this film. It's in the Comedy Block at 5 p.m. Pacific on Tuesday, November 10th. So everybody see this, and then I'm really looking forward to what you do with this project next. So thank you so much for spending time with me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Joanna.
Thank you. We appreciate it too. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.